Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Deranged by Coheed and Cambria. This comes off of the Arkham City video game album, I guess. I feel like I've played this game, but I don't recall hearing any Coheed and Cambria on it. So it has been a while, though. It has very much been a while since I played this game. So anyway, this does come as a request. As always, if you would like to request something, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be sure to get to it. It's been a while since we've been back to Coheed and Cambria, so I'm excited today. Really like their style, and it's going to be interesting to get something that's not necessarily the Amory Wars and see what they can do with some other subject material, matter, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, here it is. Deranged, Coheed and Cambria.
This city's lost its hope. I repeat, I boast. The strange will walk alone. They scurry with their doubt. The darkness shouts, the sirens shout against the concrete below.
That was cool. I like that. Um, it's been a long time since I've played the game, and I have to kind of refresh my memory. So I was doing a little bit of reading as I was listening to the song. If I remember correctly, in the game, the Joker is like poisoned or something like that, or diseased, has some sort of illness, and he injects Batman with his blood to basically force Batman to go find the cure for him, because if not, Batman dies too, right? So, but I don't remember much else that happens. As far as I can tell, this is a story from the perspective of the Joker himself. And I'm pretty sure he's voiced by Mark Hamill in that game, and Mark Hamill's brilliant as the Joker. But this was cool, with as much as Coheed and Cambria does, like their own Amory Wars storylines and stuff. It's kind of cool to have them take a look at Batman and the Joker instead. I feel like that had probably had to be a huge thing for Claudio, being probably I would assume maybe a comic book fan. So yeah, that's really cool. Let's break this song down like we always do. A lot of good stuff here. Let's start with the lyrics, of course. So this song was written as part of the soundtrack for Batman Arkham City. And it does come from the perspective of the Joker, the game's main antagonist towards Batman, of course. So the city's lost its hope. I repeat, I boast. The strange will walk alone. They scurry with their doubt. The darkness shrouds. The sirens shout against the concrete below. Ooh, this works. All you and me. It's all our being will burn this city down. So yeah, I don't remember too much from the game because I haven't played it in like a decade, a little less than a decade, because I think it only came out in 2011 or so. I don't know, but it's been quite a few years. But if I remember correctly, the Joker does have some control over Arkham City. I guess is he the one who's responsible for letting like the inmates out and stuff like that? I know you fight like some Joker goons here and there. I think, man, again, it's been a long time since I played the game. But yeah, and it's very much the MO of the Joker, right? He wants to cause chaos. The city's lost its hope. I repeat, I boast. The stranger will walk alone. Those are great lines. Who will be your pretty little enemy? When I'm gone, your world will prove empty. I promise you will always remember me. The joke's on you, poison me. While you clean the streets of misfortune, I pick the innocent from my dirty teeth. We're one and the same. Deranged. So that's a common theme in Batman. I don't know if you guys have ever read like The Killing Joke, but I mean that's basically Joker's message is like you and I both had one bad day, and all it takes is one bad day to slip someone into darkness. And so the Joker recounts his one bad day basically and how he became the Joker. And he says, Batman had a bad day too, and he tries to maybe give Batman another bad day to sort of ruin him, right? To make him drop his morals, which is, I think, a very strong message for Batman. You see the same thing in The Dark Knight, where the Joker wants Batman to break his one rule, that he doesn't kill or whatever, right? So it's all about just breaking the Batman. Love The Dark Knight, by the way. It's Marvel is great and all, but to me The Dark Knight is still the definitive superhero movie for me. So anyway, I'm a huge Batman fan, don't get me wrong. Where was I? Yeah, so who will be your pretty little enemy? And again, you hear echoes of that like in The Dark Knight, where the Joker says like, oh, you and I are destined to do this forever. I don't want to kill you. You complete me. That whole thing. So, and I think he's very much the same in the video game, where he's like, yeah, you and me, we are one and the same basically. And that is the truth of the Joker, is that especially the modern tellings of the Joker, they juxtapose him with Batman, saying like, hey, these are again two guys who just had one bad day, and that's all it took. It's just that their bad day led them on two different trajectories, right? And then this part right here, the joke's on you, poison me. I want to say there was a twist there at the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the game. And it might not even be a spoiler because I could be wrong. But if I remember correctly, it was Batman who poisoned the Joker in the first place. I want to say it was on accident, but the Joker definitely blames him for that. So then he gets revenge on Batman for by giving him his blood or something like that. That's poisoned. I don't remember everything, or if that was even the twist, or was it the twist that Batman instead of curing the Joker, poison him further. I don't remember. It's been so long. Now I want to go back and play the game because I don't remember the whole story. Anyway, we were our worst nightmare's delight, and I promised you, as you always knew, our world's no paradise. Who will be your pretty little enemy when I'm gone? Your world will prove empty. I promise you will always remember me. The joke's on you, poison me. While you clean the streets of misfortune, I pick the innocent from my dirty teeth. We're one and the same, deranged. That part, I'm gonna back up a little. That part's really cool. We are our worst nightmare's delight, and I promised you, as you always knew, our world's no paradise. This part, who will be your pretty little enemy when I'm gone? Your world will prove empty. And again, a common thread nowadays with Batman is that, like, yeah, without the Joker, without the crime to fight, then who is Batman? You get a little bit of that in The Dark Knight Rises, until Bane comes. But yeah, and it's true. It's like, well, you've already done the heroic things. Like, what is there left to do? It's kind of funny because I ran into a similar thing. I was playing D&D, as a matter of fact, and as the DM, it was like these guys they went from level 1 all the way to level like 13, had this whole grand adventure, and it's like, well, now that this adventure is over, like, what do you do? Like, how do you just acclimate to normal life? I know Buzz Aldrin, as a matter of fact, struggled with that. He went to the freaking moon, and so then when he comes back to Earth, it's like, well, what do I do with my life? I've already been to the moon. Like, there's no greater accomplishment that I can possibly achieve. And so I feel like that's kind of the echo here. It's like, well, if you do eventually defeat the Joker, your biggest enemy, then who will be your enemy after that? What will you do with your life once you've vanquished the evil that you set out to fight? So it's kind of a cool message. There's no me without you. I will behave. I will be an afterthought. You make believe your darkest day, your friend in need. Who will be your pretty little enemy when I'm gone? Your world will prove empty. I promise you will always remember me. The joke's on you. Poison me while you clean the streets of misfortune. I pick the innocent from my dirty teeth. We're one and the same, deranged. Yeah, I think this is a fantastic song. As far as I remember, it really fits in well with the video game, and even then, it's just a cool telling of Batman here in the lyrics. So I give it 2 thumbs up. Again, huge Batman fan here. As far as the instrumentation goes, a lot of good stuff. I think the version that I clicked on, I didn't like the sound quality too much, I have to admit, first and foremost. It was released in 2011, so I know YouTube's sound quality has improved a whole lot since 2011, but man, it was kind of rough, I think, in the mixing. But I think the guitar work was fantastic. Drum work was fine, bass work was fine, but I think the guitar is really what stood out to me the most. Really enjoyed some of the riffs and the licks they were putting in. It's very patently Coheed and Cambria, and I think that it really worked here. And again, it was interesting to see the Claudio and the band lend themselves to something other than the Amory Wars. Like, hey, this is what they can do outside of their set structure of storytelling. So I thought that was really cool. Instrumentally, it was great. Claudio sounds great as always. I give it 2 thumbs up. And then as far as replay value goes, I want to hear this song again. As a fan of Batman, I think lyrically it has a lot for me here. And just as a fan of good music, Claudio does a great job. All the instruments sound great. I think it has a high replay value. I'm not sure, because this is part of a video game soundtrack, if it's going to be on Spotify, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to listen to it a lot. But if it is, it's definitely going on the playlist. So I give it 2 thumbs up all the way around. Really just had a great time listening to this one from many different perspectives. As a Batman fan, as a Coheed and Cambria fan, as a video game fan, it was cool to really get this song in there. So thank you for whoever requested this one. This was a good suggestion. As always, if you would also like to make a request, leave it in the comments. I could definitely use some more Coheed and Cambria. I'm at a point in my request where I'm running a little thin on Coheed. I need a few more requests from them. But with that said, there is definitely more Coheed and Cambria coming up in the future. So just be on the lookout for that. If you enjoyed the music, go support the artists, go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find plenty of Coheed and Cambria is in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below. Has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. And if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Alright, that's it for me. Hope you're staying safe and healthy, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.